Well, everyone, thank you for joining me in my grandma's attic tonight.
Nowhere else I'd rather be.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course, anytime. We just watched Spider-Man: No Way Home, and this is going to be a spoiler-free review for now.
Man, wasn't it crazy that
Hey, remember that time I said this was going to be a spoiler-free review? Yeah, I lied. Also, sorry the quality sucks, it was filmed last minute with bad cameras. Okay, enjoy. Everyone, I guess, let's just say what we thought of the movie, because I feel like it's going to be a little unanimous.
Right.
I really loved it, and I didn't expect to because I'm a cynic and the last 2 years have been terrible. But I really, really loved it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. My return to theaters was watching The Last Duel, which was a big movie about rape. So
It was fantastic, though. It was a fantastic movie about
Hey,
rape.
that's better than what I saw. My return to theaters was
that's the
Spiral
full-
from the Book of Saw.
Oh.
I don't
Yeah.
remember what I saw when I went back.
So,
I do want the pull quote though for the Last Duel to be a fantastic movie about rape. I hope that Ridley Scott watches this and just that makes the DVD.
If you like watching rape, you'll love The Last Duel. There's so much
If you,
rape. So, Tom, you
I really enjoyed it.
Okay, I really enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was good.
Okay.
No, I liked it, but I think it was less of a movie for me because I think it was more about like the whole like Marvel universe in a way, and it was less of like a standalone story, which is what I usually like so much about these Spider-Man movies.
I agree with
There's
that.
a good take.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of expect that from all the Marvel stuff at this point, like that it is all super entwined, and even though it's like Spider-Man in reality, like while there may be a title character element, it is going to be. Let's see how many things we can put in here.
I think people have been saying it for years now, but it is like a TV episode in a way.
Sure.
It's like this is just the next chapter in the thing.
Yeah.
But it's when you go into it knowing that, which is kind of how I did, I was like, I didn't expect this to be as good as the original Spider-Man movie for me, but I still loved it.
I thought this was the first one where Tom Holland like really took ownership and he felt like Spider-Man in this one more so than like Tony Stark's little kid brother. Like he's been in the other
he became
movies.
Spider-Man.
This one he really like stepped up, which is
Yeah, I think so too. I also think that it's funny, when the movie started, I was so actually invested in what was happening that I forgot that like the villains were gonna return and all of that stuff. It's like when Doc Ock finally came, I was like, oh yeah, that's in this movie too.
Right.
I was like, that's cool.
That was the thing I was the most worried about was like just too many characters like showing up.
Yeah,
But
it wasn't
I think
really.
it was well balanced, which
Yeah.
was one of my bigger concerns going in.
Yeah, it's also, it's because these movies go so fucking fast. Like, those old movies, when that was the problem with villains, were just slower paced movies where scenes would breathe.
yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, there would be, like, a moment of silence, you know? So it's like, they didn't have as much time, even though the running time was the same. They, like, literally, within the movie, didn't have as much time to do stuff.
What was the runtime in this? Like
This
two
was
and a
like
half?
2.5 hours.
Yeah, 2.5.
But I remember Spider-Man
Didn't feel
3.
like it.
Most of the Spider-Man movies do clip in around there.
My like mark of a good movie now is that if I have to piss during the movie but I don't get up to do it, then it's good. I'm like invested in it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Which never mind. I was gonna say Last Jedi, but we don't need to
we'll be here.
ever talk about that again.
What? Why not?
Uh-oh. Is he a Last Jedi fan? I'm leaving if you say you are.
I thought you were a Last Jedi
No,
fan.
I hate The Last Jedi.
What did you guys think about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield coming back? Because that was the big thing everyone knew going in.
Yeah.
So, well,
hoped.
Because
I
obviously
didn't-
it was like the worst kept secret. Now.
Yeah.
But I still expected it to be like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I expected
Like,
them
hey.
to just suit up and then that was it. We only see them fight and then they're out.
And like a lot of the lead up to this was just me mostly texting him being like, yeah, I'm not hanging all my hopes on them showing up. He's like, if they don't, movie's fucking -5.
Yeah, no, I would
keep
have rioted
responding.
if they didn't show up after.
If they're not in it, -2.
But also, like, if they showed up literally to just be like, I'm Spider-Man also, and then they were just gone, there's no significance, that would
I
have
thought
been
they
way
were gonna be
dumber.
gone. I thought because like when they first were there and then they go to see Tom Holland on the roof and he's like like just get out of here. I thought they were gonna get out of there.
Or that- yeah,
because I
Zendaya
feel
was
like
just
I feel like a lot of cameos would be like that. Like
Right.
this is like an actual role.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was awesome. Like
Yeah.
that they had such a substantial part of it.
I like how they literally had to stop the movie just to do basically a sketch at one point.
Yeah.
I would have
They're
watched
all
that
on the
for
bridge.
another hour.
That was pretty
so
ripping
good.
back
Oh, when they were
and
just
forth.
bantering?
Yeah.
It was so like real. I loved it. They were so
Yeah.
like just talking to each other
Yeah.
like as if you would when you don't really know someone really well. And like
I also,
I
I,
love
mean,
that.
that also goes back to like why watching those other Spider-Man movies is so. When they're talking about like, yeah, I fought a thing in space. It's like, yeah, I fought an alien too.
Yeah.
It's like
I fought a weird
Russian guy
rhinoceros
in a robot rhino suit.
Yeah.
yeah, like the awkward humor was very good. Like it was
Yeah.
very charming, and I feel like that's what I like about Spider-Man, that it is kind of like sweet and charming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
the web
and-
thing when Toby goes to shoot
Yeah.
the web. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, like they could have just like never acknowledged that like it just works totally different for him, but they
Yeah.
did.
I also like. I mean, maybe it wasn't the intention, but I took it as a dick joke. It was like, do webs come out of
Oh, yeah.
anywhere else? Yeah.
Yeah, they really they took everything they had and milked as much comedy out of it as humanly possible. But like most of those jokes were legitimately good.
They
I don't.
hit, yeah.
I didn't laugh because I just don't do that because I'm weird. But I enjoyed all the laughter around
You
it.
absorbed.
I absorbed all the other
Just like a
people's laughter.
robot that like sucks
Yeah.
in everyone else's
I was just watching. Toby did the wrist joke.
That's your happy face.
Yeah. I don't know.
They did
acknowledge
the memes too. Like Norman said, "I'm something of a scientist myself."
When
which
people
was
clapped
like,
at that, I was just like,
oh shit, I clapped.
What was that?
Well,
I
you
didn't get that.
had the biggest reaction in the whole goddamn theater.
Yeah, that
I
was an
might-
accident. I didn't mean to overreact.
Wait, so
like
what
that.
what was that joke? Because that didn't land for me.
Norman said that once.
Yeah.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
I thought they did a couple things that they were trying to make like a big deal out of one line that was kind of like a generic line. Like I guess like the Aunt May said that, and like other people have said that before, and like but like
Great power thing.
yeah. But it's like that's like a thing people say. Like it's not like it was like a really obscure
Well, that's
combination
like
of words.
a really famous line from that movie.
Right, I guess.
Yeah.
That's
But,
a big
But
deal.
it's not. Isn't it a quote from like other places? It's
I have
it's
no-
just
I'm
a
going to tell
Spider-Man
you
quote?
wrong information if I.
Right, and maybe I'm wrong.
Truly
Spider-Man.
only know it as a Spider-Man.
All right, maybe
So,
I'm wrong.
yeah.
I just felt like it,
I
like, it
feel
was like a generic
of
quote they're
the
making a
four
big deal
people
of.
here, you probably know more than the rest of us, so you're probably right.
That's a safe bet.
But my dumbass is just like, that's it's Spider-Man.
Only Spider-Man
Only
says
Spider-Man. Not even only Uncle Ben said that.
Were
have
you
to look into
disappointed that Aunt May was the one to deliver it, or was there any of
You
that?
would put it in my head that because you were like,
I
I,
really
want
want
Tobey
Tobey.
Maguire
Yeah.
Spider-Man to be the first person to say it in the MCU.
Yeah.
But like, it does make sense that it's Aunt May.
Yeah, that's
It didn't bother
fine.
me.
I like how they always have to just slightly change it. So she's
Yeah.
like, with great power also comes great responsibility.
To be fair, she's also. I don't have to keep saying spoilers.
Yeah.
Dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, like,
Yeah,
you know.
she gets the. So there's no Uncle Ben in this version of it. I'm
True.
guessing, right?
That fucking the Goblin review, like when Goblin comes in that scene when Willem Dafoe goes back into that role, I was like, this is fucking awesome.
That's when
Oh,
I
yeah,
gave
like-
it. That's when I was like 10 out of 10. When they're fighting in the hallway, and
It was
he's punching him
so
in the
good,
face,
and you
he
see
starts
what he's been
smiling.
doing, with his face that whole time underneath the
that's
mask. And I was
my-
like, he's so creepy.
That's the best retcon thing of the whole movie is they shatter that stupid helmet. I love that movie,
Power
but that
Rangers.
is bad.
I like the helmet. I was sad when I saw him break it. I was like,
I
oh
don't
no.
know. In rewatching that movie, like the mesh over the mouth, like you can see his mouth moving the whole time, and Willem Dafoe's face does creepy shit.
He's such a good
So,
bad
like,
guy.
Yeah.
You know, from nostalgia sake, like okay, the helmet, but like, yeah, let Willem Dafoe make.
Yeah,
worse
he does.
faces.
He does this one like demented look right
Yeah.
before he throws the bomb at Aunt May, and I was like, huh,
That's great.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
And the purple hoodie was a good way to kind of get the
Yeah,
near
'cause-
costume accurate thing.
That was
going
right. I
on.
was
Yeah.
thinking that because I remember from the Spider-Man ride, I think he has like a purple.
Yeah, it's like
thing
a
on.
purple
Yeah.
tattered.
He has like a real goblin face though in the comics, right?
Yeah, it's just a
Yeah,
guy in
he's
the
just
comics.
a straight up
yeah.
like yeah.
I like when he called him the Green Elf.
Yeah.
I,
Oh, yeah.
that was
good.
probably my first chuckle of the movie.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, there's like a little kid, a couple like rows in front of us that really thought that was funny. So that,
No, that was
made
me,
it
no.
better.
I gotta pull. I was recording audio throughout the screening
Kevin,
because
you can't admit to your
Definitely not
crimes.
say that.
I wasn't recording audio throughout the screening.
Your
We
camcorder on your
found a
shoulder
secret recording.
We found a recorder on my seat
that I brought.
that I brought, and I feel like it might have your reaction.
boy.
When was that? Andrew Garfield
I
did
know
something.
exactly what-
Andrew Garfield saves Zendaya.
Zendaya.
Oh, okay.
Because
Which is
that was
yeah.
on my list. I kept saying that to Caps and Charlie. I was like, I need him to get that redemption moment. 'Cause
Right.
in his movie, his girlfriend, he can't get there in time. He tries to save her and she dies. So it's
No,
like,
that part was that was like one of my favorite parts of the whole movie.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny because I didn't see the Andrew Garfield series. I was busy then. I didn't see any of them. So I kind of like put together that, like he had said earlier that his MJ died, but I thought it was funny because they did kind of like have him standing there holding her for a moment, but I was kind of expecting her to say something because it's very in her character to be like, all right, thanks, can you put me down now? Because
Yeah,
like
put me down, dude.
she is kind of like that like sassy feminist kind of character.
Right.
Yeah.
But she didn't say anything.
You
She was just
hear
grateful. I guess.
Charlie going, ugh. Every time Zendaya,
Zendaya.
she would fight back with someone, and Charlie would go, ugh.
So I was
Did you record all of
next I was next to Charlie, directly next to Charlie, and directly next to you.
Yeah.
So you would have these like big like fuck yeah, and at the same time Charlie would be like, oh.
He did it right away. Like, she's in the police precinct, and she's like, I know my rights. Do you know the only thing I wish they did more of? I wish that the Green Goblin had like a meteor role at the end. Because I found it weird that they basically defeated all the villains, and then more heroes show up, and then there's a one-on-one fight, but he just gets his ass kicked. Because the only reason I say that is because when he was in his first fight scene with Peter and when he kills Aunt May, I was like, this is the coolest villain ever.
Yeah.
Like, in an MCU movie in a long time where this feels like there's a real, like, threat, because she
Right.
gets murdered. And then he kind of shows up for 2 minutes and gets punched a lot.
His, like, the scene where they reveal, like, when Peter has the spider sense, and it's like he's walking, and it's like, who's it gonna be? That was awesome.
Yeah. I thought I didn't expect it to be like which villain is turning either. I thought it was just like, oh, the cops are outside.
I
Yeah,
was
me too.
between, like, it was like between Goblin and Electro, because he kept looking down at the
Right.
thing, being like,
I mean, but it was a disaster waiting to happen. He knew these were all villains, and he had
Yeah.
cured one of them, and then they're all just hanging out there
Yeah.
being villains together. It's like,
Yeah.
what did he expect?
Yeah, which is my biggest problem with the movie. But it does set up for the plot that he gets Aunt May killed, which is nice. When that happened, I was like, oh, so that's why they did all of that. That makes
right,
sense.
because it was
It
his
is
fault.
earned.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, but I like it better in the original movies. And I don't think it's just for nostalgia. I like that Tobey Maguire in the first movie was, like, not completely stupid. And
Right.
he just lets the robber go because he got ripped off.
Yeah, 'cause the
Right.
guy
It was
a
such like
victim.
it was such a little thing that makes sense. It wasn't
Right.
like, hey, let me unlock 6 mega supervillains from their jails.
Yeah,
That Doctor
Why
Strange.
doesn't he just leave them in the jail while he's like pouring his
Yeah.
2 potions
Yeah,
together?
maybe do your science shit
yeah,
while
and
they're
then
still
inject
there.
them, inject
Yeah.
them one by one.
Yeah, but then you don't get that cool scene where, like, him and Green Goblin are working together, and you're like, man, if these two guys
Right.
could set aside their
Right.
shit,
Well,
they
he
would
could
be a good team.
He could have let Jess
Right.
Green Goblin out and then made the potions. Then maybe while he's administering it, then that's when Green Goblin tries to turn on him or whatever.
See, we're doing this thing where we make rational arguments,
But
but
we're not Tom Holland.
well, no, but I mean, if we follow all these logical reasoning, then there wouldn't be a movie.
Right, right.
Is basically what it means.
But
Yeah.
it's still fun to nitpick.
Yeah. So everyone's final thoughts on the movie. Go.
It's really great. It probably doesn't stand up if you didn't see. Watch the other ones. Maybe not the whole MCU, but you'll enjoy it more if you've watched all the other Spider-Man. But I really loved it, and I didn't expect to, or expected it to kind of disappoint me more, and it didn't. So, thumbs up.
Who are you talking to? Why are you facing that way?
Yeah, are we delivering this to camera?
Are we not?
What camera?
I have to tell you something, Kevin.
I thought we were just talking.
What's happening?
I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought that I wasn't thinking about like, all right, when's this gonna be over? Like it was fun the whole way through. It was like action packed, and I thought it was a good time, and I give it a big thumbs up.
Who are you talking to?
Just the corner over there, just, somebody caught my eye on the wall.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I thought there was amazing payoffs to previous movies. I thought it was funny. It was constantly entertaining. They could breathe once in a while, these movies. As a critique of probably all of Marvel in general, I just want them to, like, slow down and hold on some moments a little bit longer. But I'm coming to accept that will never happen, so I can stop wishing for it. So yeah, I just thought it was a fucking cool movie.
I thought it was a blast. I'm hovering between an 8 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10. 8 because
Maybe like a 9?
So a 9 is
I'm hovering between like, no, we're not going to go 9. But it's because some of the nitpicks we just discussed now might bring me down a little. Like some of the issues that I guess just kind of went over my head while I was watching it because I got sucked into all the nostalgia and everything.
That's what I want to hold on, though. I know we're wrapping up. But as far as, like, I just want to hold on to that gut thing of, like, oh my god, that was awesome.
Yeah.
And, like, I could sit here and pick it apart and probably land on, like, that was probably dog shit. But I don't want to do that. I really had a fun time at the movies, which hasn't happened in a very long time. And I'm glad I got to see it with all you guys. And yeah, it was a lovely experience.
My least favorite thing about the movie is the COVID-19 that we probably all got.
Yeah.
Packed theater.
If I didn't, I want my money back.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I went for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went for come for the cameos, stay for the COVID.
COVID.
Spider-Man.
At a theater near you.